So here we go. I'm kind of wondering if I even want to use this because it's so pretty that I feel like it's going to be wasted on these boxes when I have just kind of functional fill-in stuff. So I have some smaller deco that I might use instead. So I don't know, we're going to see. Because I kind of want to use that on like some dailies or something so that I can see it better and I don't, you know what I mean? I have a busy day today. I'm filming this, I'm pre-filming it. It's actually like 2 weeks ahead. Well, I mean, yes, 2 weeks ahead of this. So it's not really 2 full weeks ahead, but it is a week and a half ahead. Today is Saturday of not the week before this one, but the week before that, if you didn't understand what the heck I'm talking about. But I have a busy day today. We have a birthday party of 2 little girls who, they're sisters, and their birthday is so close together. Their mom is just having them a joint party, and there's that. And then there is, we have a Christmas party to go to after that. And y'all, we're not the most social people in the world. We're just not, it's not that I can't say we're not good at it, because that's not really true. It's not that we're not good at being social. We just don't love it. we're not, yeah. So it's not that we're not good at it. It's just that we're not social people. We don't like it. We would rather just be home, and it's odd being social for us. And so we're trying really hard to be better at it, because it's good for you, you know, like it's good to be social, especially with church people, especially with, you know, you're trying to build relationships and all the things, but it's just, it's hard because we're just hermits by nature, and we're not that great at being social people. Like we're just not. We would rather just be home and quiet and to ourselves, but it's just not healthy to do that. You isolate yourself, you need a community of people, and so we're trying to get better at it, but it's just not our forte. It's not our comfort zone, I guess I should say. And it's not that we don't like people or like the people that are asking us to be social. We do, we love them, but it's just, we're not good at, you know, pulling the trigger and being social and just saying, okay, we're gonna do this. We're just not that great at it. So it's not a comfortable thing for us. So we do have a Christmas party, and yeah, there's that. We're gonna go, but like I said, it's just not something we're fully comfortable with, and it's not something we're that good at, especially when it's very hard for me with my personality. It's very, very hard for me to do multiple social things in one day. It's very hard. It's hard. I'm exhausted. Like when I go to church, we usually stay at church all day long, and when I go to church, I am the most exhausted human being, because it's just a lot of social interaction, and it's too much for me. Like I get very easily overwhelmed and very easily overloaded, and so it's very hard for me. And I just get so, look at all of this crookedness going on here. Like what the frick is happening? I just get very overloaded very easily, and yeah, so when I have multiple social engagements like we do today, where it's like we have a birthday party from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and then we have from 4 o'clock, whenever, we have a Christmas party that we're going to as well. And so it's just like, whew, okay, we're coming, and it's like a lot. So yeah. And we want to be those people that do show up for things, because we want people to show up when we have stuff, you know, when we have kids' birthday parties and things like that. So it's not that we don't want to go. It's just that it's just a lot for our antisocial brains to deal with. So that's that. I do have to go pick up some presents, and then I have to go clean out the van, and then I have to go do this and that and this and that and all of the things. And that's going to be fun. Okay, now I have to figure out spacing, because I don't want to jip one, because the day cover was, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to be fairly even. And I can't tell, really. So, luckily, this is kind of, you know, it's homemade, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not that concerned with if it's perfection, but I do want it to be semi-okay and not look completely wonky. But yeah, so we got a lot to do today, and I have all the boys, and Josh was working, so it's just me and them, which is not uncommon. It has not been uncommon for our entire marriage. When we first got married, he was a car salesman, so he literally worked every single weekend. And then he was a car, like this one is like huge, but it's okay. He was a car salesman at first, and then he was a sales manager, and so he like always had to work anyway. So it just kind of was what it was. Like, I just got used to them being with me all the time and me just being by myself. And that's just kind of how it's always been. Now, sometimes with this job, he is off on the weekends. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. But most of the time, not. So when he was a car salesman, sometimes he even had to work on Sundays and, you know, stuff like that. So it just is what it is. I always forget that I have to mark these lines too. And I'm looking like I'm done, and I'm like totally not done. So, okay, this is where it's gonna get fun, isn't it? But I just get used to it and used to having them by myself, and it's fine. Sometimes I have to go to church by myself when he has to work, and sometimes I have to, you know, do all the things by myself, and I don't like it, but I do get used to it and just say, whatever, it's fine. It's funny because my sister would probably go bonkers and like die. She doesn't like to do things by herself, and she doesn't like to take the kids by herself. I think it kind of freaks her out a little bit. I don't know. She does not like it. So I would probably, it cracks me up, just different personalities of people, because like I've had to take them to the grocery store by myself so many times, like it's ridiculous. And I just like, I used to go once a month grocery shopping. We've been going once a week grocery shopping, but I used to have to go once a month. And when I went once a month grocery shopping, like I used to go to Kroger, and like it would be 4 carts, sometimes 5 carts, and they would like have to help me wheel it out. And I went all by myself with all 5 kids to the grocery store, having 5 carts, and everybody would feel so bad for me and like help me pull them out. I mean, the boys can help me push them too, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but do you need help? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. And they're like, I feel like you need help. Like everybody, I'm smearing ink everywhere. Everybody would feel bad for me, and I'm like, no, seriously, I'm really fine. Like it's okay. Like I'm okay, I promise. But they would not feel like I was okay. They would be like, I feel like you need some help. I'm fine. I got this, guys. Like it's okay. I'm totally used to this, I promise. And they would be like, oh my gosh. Okay. See, I have these. I think I'm just going to use these, and then I'll save that other one for something else, because I just feel like the deco is too big for on that sheet, and it's gonna just be like totally wasted, and so I don't want that. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. See, I just want like a little something on here. What do I want to do here? But people's personalities are very different, and I think that everybody in my house, not in my house, in my family kind of thinks I'm nuts because I want like such a large family, and I keep having all these kids, and they're like, what the heck, man? Like, holy God, do you not have enough? And like, they really are like that. They really do ask me that a lot. Like, is this your last one? Like, I get that a lot, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And then it's not. And so I do get that sometimes from them, and I think that they think I'm kind of a nut job because I love all these kiddos, man. Like, it's not a thing for me. Like, haven't you, like, don't you have enough on your plate? And I'm like, I mean, no, not really. But to me, it just doesn't feel that way. I love my babies, and I love having babies, and I don't love having babies, like the pregnancy part sucks, but I love my babies, and having kiddos and having tons of kids running around is just my thing. Like, I'm just so used to it, and it brings me such joy to have them. And so I don't feel that way. My dad's like, don't you think that you and Joshua are going to eventually want to just be by yourself? And I'm like, I mean, not really, because once we do that, like, we're just going to have grandkids, and then it's like just a whole other thing. Like, we're not really concerned with that, to be honest. Like, we're not. It just, you know, we'll have all these kids, and then they'll have kids, and we'll have grandkids everywhere, and we like that. Like, we want that. So no, we don't need like crazy time alone. But some people aren't like that, you know, like people's goals are different, and they're like, yeah, empty nest, and we can't wait to, and I'm like, oh no, that's a nightmare for me. Like, you know, it's not that I pull my identity from my kids, because I really try not to do that, and I try to always have my own thing going on and my own identity, so I, you know, don't feel wrapped up in my kids all the time, because God is my number one priority, so I want to be doing what He wants me to do, right? And then after that is my husband, and then after that is my kids and my family. And my calling by God just so happens to be a mom, and to be a stay-at-home mom and pour into these kids. But at the same time, like, I do want to have my own identity for sure. And so I have to be careful to make that balance. But, like, I don't need something else to fulfill me. You know what I mean? And so sometimes I think that we get lost in needing this and needing that and needing this and needing that from like society. And they put this big, you know, like pressure on us to feel like it's so important to strive for an empty nest, and so important to do this and that. And like, that's just not my focus. And if it is yours, then that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with them saying that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with them saying, like, don't you think you... Because they just don't get it. But to me, it's just not like that. Like, that's not my goal in life, is not to get them out. My goal in life is to treasure them and enjoy them. And some people legitimately just don't understand that. They're like, what? You mean you want them to be around all the time? You want them to stay? And I'm like, heck yeah, I want them to stay. Like, please don't leave. I mean, I'm sure that that's not how I'll feel when they're ready. You know, like I'll be like, okay, it's time to go, just because I know that that's healthy for them. But it's not something that I just am striving towards, is what I mean. Like, my number one goal when I have a baby is not, I can't wait till you're gone. Like, and I feel like it's like that sometimes with some people. Like, they really do feel like that. And it's like, okay, well, that's not me. So, and that's what, like, they're super puzzled. They don't understand why I feel the way that I feel. Like, I think, like, especially, like, my dad, he's so confused. Like, okay, this is home. This one is kids. But it just cracks me up because they're like, I really wish you would be done. And I'm just like, why? Why does it affect you? And it's not that. It's just that, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they act that way. I think it's just because, like, there's not really any large families around us, except for there's a couple, and they're very odd people. And so, like, I think that it's kind of weird to them and foreign to them, you know, that kind of way of thinking. Large families are just kind of scarce around here. And so I don't think that it's just super common, but it's like, also, I mean, we have by far the largest family at our church. Like, everybody in our church pretty much probably thinks that we're completely bonkers, but we have the largest family, and we have 6 children. So I have a 13-year-old stepson, and then we have, you know, this will be number 5 that I'm about to have right now of ours. And so everybody else has like 2, 3 kids, right? And they're done. They're like, oh, I'm done. But with us, it's not like that. We want a big old huge family, and well, we have pretty decent sized family, but we're not completely opposed to, you know, whatever the Lord gives us. And so we're the weird ones, you know. And like my mom's side of the family was all broken up and weird, and there was like this family over here with the stepmom and the blah blah blah, and they had kids, and there was this family, so it was kind of broken. So that's not really a model to emulate. Like, they don't, you know, like, that wasn't really an example. And then my dad's family, he had a brother and a sister, so there were 3 of them. And then my parents, they had 3 of us. I have a brother and a sister. And let's see, the 14th, the 15th. This is the 14th, so this will be homeschool group. And so, you know, it's kind of like that, where nobody really has a lot of kids, so they don't understand it. They think it's weird. So, yeah, it's just, I also have I have a doctor's appointment on this day. Oh, I don't want to use this one because this one's another tree. So I'll put this here. Goodness, now my voice is all crackly for some reason. I don't know why. And this I'll put here. OB appointments. I don't know. I don't think it's an ultrasound, but I'm not positive. So it might be. I might have my ultrasound appointment at 37 weeks. I don't know which 37 weeks, you guys. That's longer than I carried Jensen, and it makes me like so nervous. I want to just have an anxiety attack. Like, I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Okay, so there's, and I can't remember what time it is. I think it's like 3 or something like that, but I can't remember, so I'm not going to put the time yet. I don't know anything Josh was doing. I know that we have a bill due on this day. I don't know about Joshua's schedule yet, and neither does he, so he can't put anything there. Bill due. And then what else do I know that's going on? Oh, this is for homeschool group. Okay, homeschool group. This one is prep for homeschool group. Okay. And then what else do we have? This, I think, is small groups because it's the 3rd week of the month. Church all day. Yeah, Sundays are exhausting for us, you guys. But, you know, that's just how it goes. Okay. Then what? I don't know if anything the kids have. I do know they have Royal Rangers and Christmas play. Oh, wait. There's no church on this day. I don't think. There's no church on this day. This is the Christmas play. So I do need to put that. So we probably, I guess we won't. I'm confused. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. I need to figure that out. Christmas play. So they won't have Rangers. I'm not going to call it a play. It's not a play, but there's that. Okay. Is that all I know? I think that's all I know. So I do need to do last minute registration. Need to make sure we have all of that going on. Last minute registration. Oops, I have other stuff too. Crap. I need to figure this out because I have a baby shower as well, and the baby shower is supposed to be on the 17th, but I don't know if that's the Christmas program, so I'm kind of confused on what's going on. So I can still have that. I can still have all of that going on, but I do need to figure it out because it's kind of important. So this is a baby shower I have to decorate for. Marissa. Oh my gosh. I keep doing that. Oh my gosh, I'm like butchering her name. Like, what the heck? We have 2 Madisons and 2 Marissas, and I keep getting them confused. And it's a struggle. Okay. Decorate for Marissa's shower. Okay. And then this is Marissa's shower, so I need to put this. So I'm going to pull this up. I don't know if it's small groups because if it's the Christmas program, then it's not. And so I need to figure that part out, but that doesn't affect the shower. So we're still going to put the shower down. So this is Marissa's baby shower. I don't know what they're doing down there, but it is very loud. Marissa's shower. Okay. That's all I know. So that's what we're going to do for pre-planning. Super cute. Absolutely love it. Like, I'm loving all these little Christmas spreads. As much as I love Christmas, I'll be tired of it by the time it's done, and I'll want to move on to something else. I get very tired of things very easily, and I want to switch things up and change things. So that's why, like, when I was younger, I used to like change my furniture around every couple of weeks. Like when I was younger, like I am that kind of a person. So I will be tired of it, but it is so cute right now. What in the world is this? What has happened here? What in the world? What is going on here? Is it... I don't know. You guys, oh my gosh. Like, the consistency that I hole punch some of this stuff is like, what the frick are you doing? Look at it. What is happening? What happened here? This can't happen. Like, we gotta fix this. Something bad happened there. I can't believe I didn't notice that when I did it to begin with. Like, what did I do there with that hole punching situation? And now I don't know where my hole puncher... Oh, it's right in front of me. Yeah, that was a travesty right there. Like, oh my goodness. It was a sadness. So now I'm going to have holes everywhere. But that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so here we are. That's better. So that is what this week is going to look like, all pre-planned, and I will have to do a flip through at the end of the month since I'm doing everything so far in advance and kind of show you how everything looks after I fill it all out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.